All right. So just running another test here. Hopefully I can fucking hear my audio.
Can the audio work? Please, god damn it. Please work. Motherfucker.
You're going bold? All right. We're rolling.
Rolling. Lucky number 13.
We've got 2 bottles of Gibson's Finest. We've got the rare 12. I think it's 12 years. Yeah.
12 year.
And then the bold 8 year.
Yeah.
We're doubling down today. It's the fucking fight
night.
I cannot wait.
I got my Elton John t-shirt on because Saturday night's all right for fighting.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
And I'm ready to rock and roll.
I gotta fucking tighten up the old bucket here.
The old took?
The old fucking, oh, that feels way tight. Okay, yeah. You want to do, you want to go bold first?
Let's go bold.
All right.
We're trying the number 8 first, or 8-year-old.
8 year. Oh, dude, I'm so fucking excited for these fights.
Yeah.
Oh my, look at this.
I'll take some of that.
Smells,
this is captivating audio.
Really good. Smells really good. Yeah, we should have done ASMR. Should have brought it closer to the mic. Audrey would have loved it.
Audrey's a big fan of ASMR.
She loves ASMR.
I'm gonna let that sit.
Yeah, you're gonna let us sit?
No, let's just dive in. Fuck
let's
it.
dive in. Get the whole works. Really smooth.
Yeah, it is. Very smooth.
I like it. I like the taste.
It's quite good.
Yeah, it is bold.
Yeah.
It's got that.
It's got a nice warm burn on the way down.
I was gonna say,
right
yeah. It's got that afterburn.
That is an afterburner.
Yeah.
That's like coming out of a jet plane.
But it's good. Like
delicious.
It's not a bad burn.
No, just instant heartburn.
Yeah.
Other than that,
I like it. I like it. I'm into it. I like the bowl. We'll try the.
It's significantly.
What are we gonna cleanse our palate with?
Water. I also have animal semen somewhere in this house we can use.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I've heard that is the best.
Look at the difference in color in these two, though. This one's really dark and red. The number 8 and the number 12 is quite. It's almost like more of a rye color. The number 12.
So they had I can't remember the name they called it, but they had another one, and I'm pretty sure it was lighter than the 12.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm like, definitely not going to grab that one. But I really like that bowl.
Keep your receipts for this.
I didn't.
No?
No. Because I bought so much other shit.
Okay.
Because I bought shit for Audrey, and I bought a couple chasers for later.
Chasers?
Yeah. Palate cleansers.
I don't know. Oh, so that's what we're cleansing our palate with.
That's what I figured.
That's a good
little
call.
Vintage tea. They didn't have regular ones. So I hate the one that's by the LCBO that's by my parents' place.
Yeah.
Dude, they don't stock shit, but for some reason, it's the busiest.
Yeah, it's a pretty piss
It
poor
is
LCBO.
always jammed packed, but there's never stock. That or somebody's just going in there and buying it all. But it's like you go in there for regular things.
Mm-hmm.
Like vintage teas are now a thing. They're not brand new anymore.
Are they called vintage teas or are they American vintage?
American vintage.
Okay, I thought we were talking about two different things
because
I'm dumb.
And they only had the no sugar fucking peach ones. They're okay. They're not very good, but they're gonna cleanse my palate tonight.
Do these ones have sugar in them?
No, that's what I picked up.
Oh fuck!
Because I didn't want to stop off at another LCBO on my way.
I like twisted teas when they came out, but you can only have like one because the sugar in those is like
it's crazy.
Splits your fucking head in half as soon as you have one.
American vintage.
Because I don't drink any sugar. Like I don't drink pop or anything like that. So as soon as I have some, I'm like a 5-year-old who's fucking bouncing off the
got
walls.
that sugar high, eh?
Yeah, and then I crash hard and cry a little.
Yeah, no, I hate the sugar shit, but I just don't like the peach flavoring. Like, why can't you just do a no sugar vintage iced tea?
Like
regular,
I was a big fan of peach juice as a child. I might like those.
You might like these. These are. I think this was the one that fucked up your cousin that one night.
Yeah, just for anyone, just so we can preface this story, we were playing
King's Cup.
Yeah, we were playing Kings in the summertime, and my cousin, who doesn't drink too heavy. He drinks enough. He drinks enough, but I guess he hadn't.
I think he did his time back like when he was younger.
Yeah, he hadn't. But I don't think he's really cut loose in a while. We were kind of cutting loose because we hadn't seen each other in a while, all three of us. And he lost King's Cup, and he buried a tall boy of that American vintage iced tea.
It was no sugar.
And then he had to get walked to his bed, and then
threw up violently.
He said he was puking the whole night and puked the morning as well.
Oh my God.
So they'll get you. Moral of the story, there should be a disclaimer on there.
That says,
be careful.
We'll get you.
We'll get you every time. I'm going to try some more of this whiskey.
Yeah, I actually really like it. Before we get into the fights, because I want your opinion on the fights, what you think is going to go down tonight, how things are going to play out. But I just told Antonio about the docu-series, what they reference it as, but it's, Our Planet on Netflix.
I've seen it.
They did behind the scenes, so it's what the videographers and everybody.
How they filmed it?
Yeah. And just kind of behind the scenes, you get it to look like what it actually took. And at the start of it, it was 4 years in the making.
Oh my God. That's a good start.
3,375 filming days in 60 countries.
Holy shit.
60
countries?
Yeah.
I watched this docuseries. I got to fucking rewatch it. 60 fucking countries.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
But you got to think too, like when they go and you see the sharks.
That's in one little part of the world.
Yeah.
And the whole water episode is all over the planet, different oceans, all that shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. 400,000 hours of camera trap monitoring. So those are the cameras they just post up.
Yeah.
Like a little, like 6-7 feet up in a tree or 4 feet, like mounted on a tree.
Yeah, whatever they're after.
And they just leave them monitoring for hours. 6,600 drone flights.
Did you know that bears are attracted to those
the cameras?
Those camera traps?
No.
Bears, there's something in like the lithium batteries, like
really?
just like double A's in there. They sniff and they go and like if there's bears in the air, they always go up to the fucking cameras and like put their nose and they lick them and shit.
It's kind of cool though.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, fun factoid.
So 6,600 drone flights, 911 days at sea.
Oh my God, that's too many days for me.
2,000 hours of diving. 600 crew made over 200 filming trips. And coming up...
2,000 hours underwater alone. 2,000 hours of diving.
2,000 hours of diving.
Holy fuck. Just being underwater for 2,000 hours.
Spoilers. It's not really spoilers because it's still...
Look outside. That's what the show's about.
It's still cool to like see the actual... like to see it all in action.
That's 83 days underwater, by the way.
But they made a...
That's fucking my mind up.
You know those little like torpedo things divers use to like fucking navigate?
Around,
yeah, like way fast.
Mm-hmm.
So they rigged one of those with like... It looked like 4 lights so that they could film at night because one of the scenes was sharks hunting at night.
Got it.
And dude, this thing fucking literally lights up the sea. It's fucked. It's so cool. These guys are fucking wild, dude. Like,
they're out of their minds. They got balls of steel.
So they start and they're like above all the sharks. They're hunting down low and they just slowly get lower and lower. And then the dude filming is like, okay, I'm going in. I think it's cool. And dude, literally he's just surrounded by sharks hunting, like getting food.
As my grandfather would say, guts like a robber. That's fucking ridiculous.
It's insane. This is a spoiler. So at the end, so if you don't want to listen, come back in like a couple minutes.
I'm pretty sure they can come back in 15 seconds.
But there's a part, so the end of the movie or the film, there's walruses climbing a cliff.
Okay.
A walrus.
Mm-hmm.
These animals are not built to fucking climb cliffs.
They're quite large.
And so they're filming. They're like, what the fuck are these guys doing? And it looked like they were just like...
How steep is this cliff?
Oh, it's a fucking
It's like a legit cliff?
Yeah.
Walrus are like 2,000 fucking pound animals.
Yeah. So and they don't have like
no, they're not built for land.
No,
all they do is flap around on the land.
Yeah, but it looked like they were just trying to stab
their
higher.
long teeth into shit. Like yeah.
It looked like they were just trying to get higher to get closer to the sun, to like suntan.
Okay.
But then it came time that they had to get down this cliff. Dude, legit like walked themselves off a cliff.
Mm-hmm.
And like hurled themselves off this
cliff.
Well,
I guess we got to get down somehow.
And like these guys are filming. Like, what do you do?
Like lemmings, they just started throwing themselves off the fucking cliff.
Dude, they were just like kind of.
Were they dying?
Yeah, dude.
For sure.
Dude,
2,000 pounds.
We're going to watch at least
for sure we're going to watch this.
Dude, literally, they're just like walking, but they can't do anything. They can't kind of scale their way down the cliff. They walk to the edge and then they just
tumble down.
See you later.
It's actually amazing that they've managed to get up the cliff.
Yeah, let alone trying to get down.
Let alone, well, I mean, I guess the getting down thing's fucking obvious. It's a round animal with flippers for hands and feet.
Oh, it doesn't. He has
it's like a
dolphin tail.
One of the most disturbing horror movies I ever saw in my life was a movie called Tusk.
Yeah.
And anyone out there who...
It's about a big elephant?
No. Oh. No, it's way worse. It's way worse.
Okay.
This is like super disturbing movie.
Okay.
It's with Justin Long.
Okay.
Johnny Depp's in it for a little bit, and it's Kevin Smith movie.
Okay.
Came out a couple years ago. Someone told me about it. Like, oh, it's a pretty good horror movie.
Yeah.
It's not so much a horror movie as it is just it makes you kind of sick watching it.
Oh, God.
This guy, I'm just going to tell people because you don't want to see this. But
I definitely
spoiler
want to
alert.
see it. Another spoiler alert.
This dude gets abducted by another guy, and the other guy turns him into a fucking walrus. He wakes up and wakes up with no legs because he's taken the shin bones and he's fashioned them into teeth. He fucking puts the teeth into the tusks into his head. He builds like a skin suit. And then he encapsulates him in that, and he makes him into a walrus.
So a guy does this to some other dude.
Yeah.
And it actually worked.
Well, it was a movie, but it worked. Yeah.
But like in the movie, it worked.
Yeah.
He was a walrus.
He was a walrus. It was fucked.
It was
so disturbing.
Not right.
It was a human being walrus.
I am not a fan of that.
No.
But yeah, no, we should definitely check it out. It's actually a really, really cool movie.
So if anyone ever sews you into a walrus suit, just do the same thing that these walruses are doing and just hurl your body off a cliff.
Try to climb a cliff and then...
Get up that cliff and immediately throw yourself off. So did they figure out why they wanted to get up to the top? They're just speculating as to why they did it.
I can't remember. I think they were there trying to film polar bears, and then they ended up coming across...
all this walrus activity.
And
doing crazy
shit. They were just filming, but because of global warming, normally they would just climb.
Allegedly.
They would just climb like a little iceberg or whatever, right? Yeah. And then just chill on that and then go back in the water when they wanted to. But because that's not a thing anymore, now they're going to land. And they're not really land animals. Mm-mm. And the land is taking them by surprise.
Land has got some sneaky surprises like polar bears.
Dude, it is kind of fucked up, but it's kind of funny to watch this.
Is it wrong that I really want to see walruses hurl their bodies off a cliff?
It's
just for the shock value.
It's fucked up, but it's kind of funny watching this ginormous animal tumble down this cliff. Don't look it up now.
I'm not.
Okay.
I just want to find out how big they are.
Oh, ginormous, dude. They're huge.
I just mean weight-wise. I know how big they are.
I'm guessing like a ton.
1,000 kilograms. Yeah,
wow, that's a ton. I nailed that.
Exactly. A 1-ton animal, just like this cliff, I can get down it, no problem. Down he goes.
Yeah, and they don't seem like...
And they have bones. They're not made of fucking...
When they're walking to the edge, it doesn't even seem like they're phased.
Like they're not concerned.
No, they're just... even though they just watched like 17 other dudes.
Literally like lemmings.
And they... At the end of it, they're like... They walk the shores or whatever. There's like 200 dead walruses. That just not due to getting hunted by sharks or polar bears or
from
whatever,
just fucking
hurling themselves down.
I'm still more amazed that they fucking were able to get up that cliff.
So in the film you can see
I'm like sure there's like a slight gradient.
Yeah, it's like they do it often though, because one of the aerial shots that they show, you can see like these
like almost
paths,
like paths
that they carve out,
but
they don't go back down those paths.
Because they're a dumb walrus.
Go off the fucking
walrus
edge.
What's the plural for walruses?
You're asking the wrong scientist.
Yeah. You're not a scientist?
No, believe it or not.
George Costanza in Seinfeld was a marine biologist. That was his go-to fake job when he was trying to impress people. Marine biologist.
Really?
Yeah. It was pretty fucking good. There was one episode where Kramer hit a golf ball. He had all these extra Titleist golf balls left over, so he goes down to the beach. And he's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go down to the ocean and just fucking hit them all out there. So he's out there just whacking golf balls out. George goes on a date to the beach, and there's this fucking beached whale. And he's walking by with his girl, and they're like, is anyone a marine biologist? And this girl thinks he's a marine biologist, so he fucking rolls up his sleeve and fucking starts marching over to this thing, and then it cuts away to him telling the story in the diner to the four guys, and he's like, it's this big epic story, and he's on the back of the fucking walrus. He's like, I could tell that it was struggling breathing, so I fucking reach into its blowhole, and I pull out. And then he shows, and it's a fucking Titleist. It's a golf ball. And Kramer goes, is that a Titleist? Hole in one.
Oh, my God. That's awesome. Yeah, no, definitely check out that documentary. There was another document type series where it was about the filmers doing the whole series, but I can't remember what it was.
Usually at the end of Planet Earth and any sort of those series, the very last episode is like them filming that series.
It's fucking cool.
So if you go on Netflix and you'll most of these series are 8 episodes generally. That seems to be sort of the magic number. There'll be a 9th episode, and it'll be how we filmed this.
How they did it. It's fucking cool because it's fucking insane what they do.
It's beyond insane.
This guy they put this guy in a hut and leave him there for 2 months. Like
a blind almost?
Yeah.
Just waiting for animals to come up. Just to capture what the animals do.
Chilling. They're trying to get Siberian tigers caught on camera.
Holy fuck.
He's just chilling.
I forgot that Russia has tigers. That's it. Russia's a scary place.
Yeah.
Newsflash.
Never mind the wildlife.
Yeah. Wildlife aside.
Yeah.
Not only do they have gigantic grizzly bears and fucking tigers, but everything else in Russia is rough.
Yeah.
It's a rough go.
Yeah. Yikes.
I still would kind of like to go there though. That's one of those weird dictatorship countries that I don't I kind of want to see, but it also terrifies me at the same time.
I would love to go.
I don't have much desire to go to China, but Russia I would kind of go to.
I'd go to Japan.
Japan's not a dictatorship though.
No, I know, but speaking of the Asias.
Yeah, Japan, Korea. I do Southeast Asia as well. I'd fuck with those. I guess Vietnam. Most of those countries are all dictatorships. Thailand, they got a king. Vietnam's still communist rules.
Russia seems really cool,
and it's vast.
Scary.
I think there's 10 time zones in Russia. It's that big.
Yeah, it's not small.
5 in this country.
It's not small. It's ginormous.
Our country is the second largest country in the world.
They don't have that. Their population is not very big. Size wise,
based on their size, it's really small.
Yeah,
they're like us because
there's a lot of fucking
uninhabitable land.
Yeah.
If you look at the fucking population of Canada, it's all near the lakes and near the fucking city, the borders and stuff. Because everything else is dense forest and rock. It's hard to carve out a city and up near Thunder Bay way. It's just it's so much work to do that. And then you got to think, well, what's up there that's going to keep industry flowing? It's not near shipping lanes. It's not near all that shit. So
true.
I think Russia would be pretty similar. They're on pretty much the same latitude as us.
Yeah.
And they span from
when you get in the middle,
Eastern Europe all the way to the fucking Pacific.
Yeah, it's you got that one end that's good and the other end that's good, but nothing in between.
Yeah.
So at least carve out cities and shit, or big cities.
Mm-hmm.
And we're purely speculating.
I am curious of what their population is. What do you think it is? Just guess.
What's our population?
35, 37 million.
I'm gonna go 18 million.
Oh, I'm going way higher than that. I'm going to say 75 million.
Really?
Maybe. I'm going to say 75 million.
Okay, let me change my answer.
Yeah.
I'll go.
We have a tiny population compared to everywhere else in the world, too. France has 65 million people.
I'm going to go 50
million?
Yeah.
Right, I'm 175.
Because I really don't think it's that. I don't think it's.
144 million.
Holy fucking
But they have a lot of, but based on the amount of space that they have.
So can you compare like the size to Canada?
Yeah, I'll go Russian population
density.
One
thing that I always forget about thinking about Canada are the territories, like how far north Canada actually goes.
Yeah, it's big.
You know? I always forget about the territories. I've always wanted to go to the territories. I thought that'd be kind of cool.
I'm definitely gonna. Okay, so here we go. So Canada has 4 people per square kilometer, and Russia has 8 people per square kilometer.
No, but I'm talking like the actual size of.
Oh, like how much bigger like landmass it is?
Yeah. Like how much bigger Russia is compared to Canada. I keep fucking like leaning back.
Yeah. Don't do that.
I apologize.
And also, speaking of production value, dumb idiot. I started the dishwasher right as we did this podcast, so there's probably going to be a slight. Hopefully, it doesn't pick it up too much.
Yeah, it doesn't seem. I honestly didn't.
It's pretty quiet.
It's pretty quiet, so hopefully not. If it does, not too bad.
So Russia's 1.7 times bigger than Canada.
1.7.
1.7 times. Double. Yeah, almost double the size. Canada is approximately 9.9 million square kilometers, while Russia is approximately 17 million square kilometers, making Russia 71% larger.
I really underestimated the fucking population.
Yeah,
my first answer was
75.
18.
I should have known it'd be over 100 because I think France's population is like 70 million, and they're like France can fit inside of Ontario.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like Britain is a tiny island, and they have a much larger. They have double this population of Canada.
I would love to go to Switzerland.
Switzerland? Yeah, Switzerland's a country. That's for sure.
No. It's just in my head. Like, is that the right place I'm thinking of? Where's Chernobyl?
That's in Ukraine.
Okay. What cool places does Russia have other than
Moscow, St. Petersburg? You can see like a lot of the cool like old communist shit.
Fucking crazy.
You can go to the bathhouses and shit.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I did say I would like to maybe go there. Like I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely be nervous going.
Oh, 100%.
Because their guys are gigantic and they're a little testy.
Yeah.
But
I'm not into that either. Like
I'm just here to chill.
I'm just here to have a good time, drink some beers.
I'm gonna drink your vodka all day long.
Yeah.
Have a good time. We'll hang out. What's up, bro? What's going on?
If you want me in the mafia?
Yeah.
I could rob a train like Bert Kreischer.
Oh my god.
That story is so funny. That like he robbed his fucking class that he was with.
For anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, there's a comedian, Bert Kreischer, who tells this hilarious story about when he was in college and he went on a Russian exchange trip.
Yeah.
Just type in Bert Kreischer.
And he didn't know a
Russian story, and because we were going to do it this service. It is a hilarious story. Yeah. It's beyond.
It's yeah. He's brought it up a few times where he said they're like going to make a video or like a movie on it, like about the story. I have no idea if that's actually happening. It'd be I would watch it for sure.
It'd probably be entertaining as fuck.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they would pick someone much more handsome than Bert Kreischer to do it.
I hope so, but I feel like Bert still had like a little kind of like that pudginess to him back in the
thickness,
day. Yeah.
Extra layer of insulation. I'm ready for this number 12.
Yeah. Hit it up.
What should I cleanse my palate with? Do you need a palate cleanser?
Yeah, we should cleanse the palate. I don't know. Grab one of those vintage iced teas. Sure. We're going to split a vintage iced tea. Chris just walked away from the podcast. Very unprofessional.
I'm just trying to keep the production value at the same level.
Yeah, I know.
Shitty.
Yeah. Oh, man. So what are your thoughts on just the Mike Tyson fight alone? How do you see it?
Oh.
Not good? You don't like it?
I was expecting that to be carbonated for some reason.
Oh.
That's what I was like shook about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not.
It's whatever. It's fine.
It's not a pot. It's an iced tea.
I was just expecting a bit of carbonation.
Okay.
It's pretty light.
Yeah.
Very light.
Yeah. A lot lighter than the sugar.
It could definitely be colder.
Well, just came from the store that was not in a refrigerator. It was just on a shelf.
This was not a criticism. It was just a statement. I'm critiquing the beverage.
Could get a glass and put some ice in it.
Probably should. You want one?
As he walks away again. Yeah, I'll take one. You just fill a glass. Dude, we need 2.
Yeah.
Just get small ones.
I am.
Okay. Jesus Christ. This podcast is going to shit.
It's going off the fucking rails, and I apologize,
God. And
people.
we just started.
Please stick with us.
We just started. Do you want to toss some ice in that for me?
I do.
Thank you. Yeah, so what are your predictions?
Okay, so for Mike Tyson, Roy Jones, I think it's going to go one of 2 ways. I think both of them, I think Mike Tyson wins, and I know that that's not a very entertaining answer because I think everyone thinks he's going to win.
Besides winning, like, what are your thoughts on, like, how the actual fight, is it going to be more of, like, that exhibition?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
They're going to fucking...
I'll tell you what I think.
Game over.
I think it's going to...
It's fucking game on.
It's going to end in the first 2 rounds, or it's going the full 8.
But, like...
Oh, they're swinging.
Yeah.
They're going to fuck each other up. I'm very curious to see their chins because I think Mike has an advantage because Mike only lost 4 times in his career. 3 of the last 4 losses came.
I thought he got knocked out 5.
I think he's only got 3 losses. And I think it came out of his 3 of his last 4 fights.
Again, I could be completely wrong, but I thought I was watching a fucking little show like that ESPN did or whatever.
Sure. Yeah.
Something like that. And they were talking about him, and I'm pretty sure he's been knocked out 5 times.
You're right. He has 6 losses. But what I read where I was confused is his last 3 losses came out of his last 4 fights.
Okay.
So that's where I was talking about. Anyway, Roy Jones has been, and I think I said last week that Roy Jones fought 4 or 5 years ago. Okay. I was wrong. His last fight was in 2018. He fought 2 years ago. So he's still fucking ready to rock. But Roy Jones, when you hear him talk, is a little bit punch drunk. He never used to he definitely has a bit of a lisp and a stammer. He's a little bit punch drunk. I'm concerned that with fucking these 2 guys bombing on each other, I think one of them's going to go down.
Yeah.
I do. And it's just a matter of who. And I think it's going to be Roy. I don't want to see either. I'm going to preface this. I don't want to see either of them get flatlined. Although, as I'm saying that, I'm sure as I'm watching it, I'm going to jump off the fucking couch and go, oh!
I can't wait. Okay, so...
Yeah. Okay,
again,
so hang on. Let me finish my prediction.
Okay, yeah.
So let me go through with what I think is going to happen. So, if I was a betting man, right now I'm betting that Mike Tyson, it goes a full decision. Okay. I think it goes the full distance.
Okay.
Slightly. That's where my gut's telling me. I think it's going to go the full thing. I think it's going to be pretty convincing either way. Mm-hmm. Whoever wins. Like, I don't think come after the 8 rounds, we're going to be going, fuck, that was pretty close. I don't know who's got it. Although I hope we do. I hope we were treated to a good fight. Nobody got fucking too much brain damage.
You're thinking it's going to get scored like 6 to, what would be the right? 5 to 3, right? Because it's only an 8-round fight. Like 8 rounds to 3.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Another judge will be like, Mike Tyson won 3, Fury won 5.
Yeah.
And then opposite from the other judge, and it's going to come down to that last judge, whoever.
No, I think it's going to be a unanimous decision.
Oh, really? Eh?
Yeah, but that's not to say that whoever loses won't win a few rounds. Like, it could be like it could be like
both.
It could be 5. It could be 5-3, 5-3, 5-3 unanimous decision. I don't think it's going to be close. Although boxing has the worst fucking officiating ever. Actually, combat sports in general has terrible officiating.
Pacquiao fight. No. Canelo. Was it Canelo? Who do we watch and like the one judge fucking like threw the card?
That was
it Pacquiao Mayweather?
I think it might have been Pacquiao Mayweather.
But they like the way they so
glaringly obvious too.
The other 2 judges scored it. Oh fuck, what was it? Like make some shit up like 12-2. Like it was or 10-2. Because
sure.
Like title fights are 12 rounds, if I'm not mistaken. And this other judge scored it like 8-4 for for the dude that only won 2 rounds. It's like, it was so absurd. It didn't even make sense.
Yeah,
I hope she never gets hired again.
You know what I think it was, actually?
She got bought.
Well, no.
She got bought.
I'm trying to remember which fight it was.
I can't remember.
Well, for sure.
Because we watched 2. We watched Canelo.
It's one of 2 things. Either it's complete incompetence, which is very likely.
Yeah.
Or it's bribery, which is less likely, but also still likely.
Or
it's
maybe
still a
she saw shit that the other guys didn't.
Maybe, because they're sitting at different rings, and they also don't give judges monitors, which I think is wrong. Yeah. I think they should give them monitors and give them a recap. Like, hey, can I see that last exchange so that they can
actually see if something happened?
Because you and a couple of our buddies, we went to an amateur boxing night.
Yeah.
And
that was so much fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, but I'm just thinking this now. Depending on where you're standing, it looks like shots are landing that aren't landing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So if you got judges spaced out throughout the ring, and to my eye, it looks like this guy's getting smoked, but actually he's missing them all from over there, and you can tell quite clearly, my scorecard might reflect differently.
Yeah.
So they should definitely give them some sort of playback so that they can be accurate in their decision. But that's a different story.
Yeah, there's so many times that even you got to wait for like the replays too, because again, it could even sound like it hit the guy.
It just nicked. Barely touched
Or he
him.
blocked it and it hit his glove.
Hit the gloves, yeah.
And it's like, that's not really a hit. That was that should be a point for the other guy for fucking defense.
I think it was actually the Conor McGregor fight versus Mayweather.
Yeah.
Yes, because
I'm gonna step away now because
CJ's unprofessional. This is fucking ridiculous, by the way.
Sorry.
By the way, I just realized it's 4:30 and we're already fucking onto our second glass of whiskey. It's in the afternoon. It's all right. It's almost 5 o'clock.
I'm not worried about time. It's a fucking Saturday.
I know.
Fuck it.
Saturday's for the boys.
Fucking fight night, baby.
Fight. Saturday.
Too bad hockey's not on.
No. I'm almost certain it was a McGregor fight because the referee who did the McGregor fight, his wife was one of the judges.
Okay.
His wife started to make sense, so, and McGregor definitely won 1 round of that fight, and all the judges called it that he won one of those rounds. Because although that fight was stopped due to like a TKO, the judges were still posting their round scores.
Yeah.
Or at the end they posted them. And she was so far off, she wasn't even close.
Yeah.
She was not interested in giving him a fair shake, where the other judges are like, hey, yeah, this was a close round. My score reflects that. And she was so out to lunch.
Yeah.
And it was the ref's wife. And I'm thinking it was the McGregor fight. But I think...
you know what? That's starting to make more sense. But do they... When it's a TKO, do they tell what the...
They did.
Yeah?
They did. I remember this distinctly because it was his wife.
Okay.
And the referee's last name is Bird, and I forget his first name, and I forget her first name.
Okay.
But he is an official sanctioned boxing ref, and she is a sanctioned judge.
Okay.
So what do you...
Sounds like collusion.
It's 100% collusion.
Yeah.
Because that ref wasn't letting any of the funny business go. He wasn't letting any of the dirty boxing happen.
No, let it happen.
Fucking bop and weave.
Let it happen. Fucking Mayweather was going to win that fight either way.
Yes. It wasn't ever close.
No.
Cheers to the 12-year-old. Let's try this guy.
Yeah.
That sounds bad on audio. Cheers to the 12-year-old. Let's try this guy.
Yeah, Gibson's finest. Rare
12-year-old whiskey, I should refer to.
That's got more of a bite. Like right off the hop. Not so much of a burn.
Finishes all the way down nice.
Yeah, but it does have a bit of a bite once it gets in there.
You know what that reminds me of?
Once it gets in the gullet.
That reminds me of that Basil Hayden's or whatever. A little similar.
Yeah. Basil Hayden's or...
something along those lines.
Hayden Basil.
What do you think is going to happen? What's your gut telling you?
Okay, so just off the way, Mike Tyson... I think it's going to, I think they're getting into the ring and it's going to be absolute madness. I don't understand how they're classifying this as an exhibition fight.
Sparring officially.
I don't understand. You're asking just one of the fighters alone who is one of the greatest boxers of all time.
They're both
Both, but like Mike Tyson and Mike Tyson being one of the most aggressive boxers.
Yeah, most feared heavyweight ever.
And you're asking him to go into a ring, just fight in front of a... Okay, there's not going to be a ginormous audience there.
I don't think there's going to be any audience.
Yeah, I think it's just the teams.
This is in California, so California's under lockdown all the time. My sister lives there.
There'll be people there because like you got Jake Paul's team there, and you got all the other fighters' teams that are going to be there. They can probably go into the stands and watch in their own sections.
Maybe, yeah.
Again, just I have no idea, but again, you're still performing in front of millions and millions of people that are going to watch this on pay-per-view.
Yes.
You're asking these two guys to go into a ring and have an exhibition fight? No. Last I heard, it's classified as an exhibition, but there's nothing exhibition of it other than the round count. Headgear, last I heard, got thrown out the window.
They're not using headgear.
And they're using 10-ounce gloves. 10-ounce gloves are what regular fights are used. I think exhibition, I think they're 12 or 14.
Okay, so the reason I think that it has to be classified as an exhibition is because I don't think any of the boxing organizations, because I think it's just too much work, because they would have to re-enter. They would have to go through too many hoops to actually be classified as a record fight. And when I say that, like they have to go into testing pools. So like let's say WBO is going to sponsor this World Boxing Organization. This is just speculation.
Sure.
So give me a second. Yeah. Let's say they're going to go into there. Now they have to go under all of the same testing that all their fighters do.
Right.
Steroids. They have to meet certain protocols. There has to be certain limits on rounds. And then they also have to be classified as a weight class.
But now, they're going to be classified as, it's a heavyweight exhibition.
Yeah.
But they still did weigh-ins.
But then they're officially on the thing. I think it's just too much paperwork. It's much easier to go to a commission, to go to California Commission and be like, listen, we got a sparring contest. Will you guys sanction this? Yeah, we'll sanction this. But it's harder when you've got, WBO wants to do this. Okay, well, who are these two guys? All right. Okay, we need drug testing for the last 8-9 months because they signed up for this pretty quickly. And they're both for sure on fucking steroids. There's no question about that. They are for sure because they're over 50. And they're on testosterone replacement. TRT, testosterone replacement therapy.
Yeah. There's so many like older actors that are fucking on that shit.
I want to go on it.
It's fucking crazy what it does.
Just for fun. Just to see how hard my dick gets all the time.
Yeah.
Just walk around with a fucking boner and like punching holes in the wall with my
dick. like you're 12 again.
Yeah. When I was 12, I didn't know what to do with the thing. Now I do.
Yeah. You're fucking always sticking it in your fucking belly button, tucking it under. You know when you tuck it under the what the fuck, like into your pant line? Yeah, your waistband. That's what it's called.
That's why you always got to wear briefs when you went to school.
Yeah, and always jeans.
Always jeans because it had a hard line and it had a hard belt.
Yeah,
so you could tuck that puppy up
also,
there.
the material's a little stiffer, so it would at least kind of contain it.
For any women listening, I apologize.
I don't.
But here's the thing. You get boners all the time when you're 14.
Dude,
and you got to do something with them. You can't be walking around fucking school like
NRBs, baby. No reason boners.
NRBs. Coined by our good friend Rob. I think he fucking started that line.
What?
I think Rob came up with NRBs.
Really?
I think that's his term.
Definitely didn't. It's been around forever.
Has it?
100%.
Yeah, but we've known him forever.
Yeah, but I knew it back in the elementary school.
Oh, fuck, really?
Yeah.
Not me.
Oh, man.
No, too dumb. Yeah. All right, so what do you think's going to fucking happen?
I think they're getting in. It's going to be...
chaos for sure.
It's chaos for sure. I think Mike Tyson's going to win. And I think, again, just going off of what I've seen from the fight and listening to Mike Tyson talk and listening to Fury talk about it, sure, Fury's coming off of fighting...
Fury or Roy Jones?
Sorry, Roy Jones.
You got Tyson Fury on the brain.
Yeah. Yes, Tyson hasn't fought in years. Jones is coming in 2 years ago. He fought, which isn't a long time being off boxing.
But fighting in your 40s and 50s is a lot different than fighting in your 30s and 20s.
But again, I think Tyson's got a thing in his brain. He's just built different.
He's psychotic.
And as soon as he starts training, it's game over.
I think
like his head is back to where it was when he was
20 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, when he steps in that ring, I think it's going to be the old Mike Tyson in an older body but the mentality's still there. He's going to take this guy's fucking head off.
That's the exact reason that I'm backing him. For literally, you said it perfectly.
Yeah.
You can't, like, his last 4 or 5 fights, he wasn't in it. No. He wasn't into it.
No.
He fucking literally quit in his last fight.
Yeah.
He threw in the towel.
Yeah.
He's not doing that this fight.
Oh,
he's going out on, it's like the old fucking saying, you're going out on your fucking sword or on your shield.
Yeah.
So either
he pretty much
you're winning or you're dying.
To fucking go out on a win.
Yeah, and that's a huge deal for this guy.
Yeah. But again, like just
he has everything to lose because of his name power.
Yeah.
And Roy Jones is one of the most underrated boxers ever.
Yeah, if he was in a different era, he would have been the biggest fighter of that era. But he went through the same era and just
at a different weight class.
Yeah, it just never blew up.
But Roy Jones has nothing to lose. He can shock the world. If he loses, people are expecting him to lose. But there's a lot of fucking pressure on Tyson. Not that pressure affects these fucking guys. Yeah. They deal with that their entire lives. I'm just saying. He's been. I don't even put it down as a factor. They've both been in the spotlight
for how long?
No, I don't even put it down as a factor.
Yeah, no, in my head, I don't understand how they classify this as an exhibition, but I never really thought of like paperwork and is it really worth it? Are they going to fight again after this, or is this kind of a one-off for a paycheck?
I think it's a number of things. I think this will not be a one-off fight once the pay-per-view money comes in. And they're gonna go. They'll do it again.
I think it depends on what actually happens.
That's true. If it goes the distance and it goes to a decision, someone's gonna re-up.
So yesterday, getting hyped for the fight, and I was working out. Just set up some new gym equipment at the house. Not new. Got it. My dad ordered a new stationary bike that's absolutely phenomenal. But Nick lent us his pulley system. So we got the pulley system in the garage. It's phenomenal. I got fucking jacked. And while I was on the bike, I was watching.
Come fucking shred some gnar with you guys doing that.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm always looking for a training partner.
Perfect. Do you mind if I work out naked?
No, I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Ass naked?
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
No, I'm totally kidding. Yeah. If I had my own place, I probably would. Actually, probably not.
I would. In a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like, I'd probably do it, like, just say I did it.
The only thing I would wear is socks or shoes.
Well, you got to wear, I usually just rock power socks.
Yeah, I'd just be rocking like cock.
High socks. High socks. You gotta wear the high socks.
The thigh highs.
Yeah.
Like a table tennis tournament.
Yeah. That's what Mike always has, like, work socks on. Like, again, long socks. But when he works out, he wears those socks and he pulls them up all the time. And he goes, they're my power socks. I go, where's the power, buddy?
Look at those calves. There's no power in those.
What calves?
I shouldn't talk shit because I'm pudgy as fuck, but still, it's fun.
Dude, you actually lost a shit ton of weight since high school.
I've been kind of, but I've
been like maintained it though.
I've been boozing a little last couple of weeks.
Whatever.
A little puffy.
Not really.
Yeah, I am.
No.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just never really thought about the whole paperwork shit regarding the fight and why it's classified as an exhibition. That's
my only thought, because they would have, like, whoever runs whatever organization would sanction the fight.
Right.
I know that I'm just going to use the UFC for example, just because I know how they work. If you want to fight for the UFC, 6 months before you fight, your very first fight, you go into the USADA testing pool. Okay. So whoever looks after their testing, you have to be tested minimum 6 months previous to your first fight.
Right.
And I think that might even be up to a year.
Okay.
So if these guys agree to this fight, when do they agree to this? Let's say in the summertime? June, July, something like that?
Oh.
Maybe not even?
No. Not way even. Before that. It's been like a year.
No, they didn't agree to this fight a year ago.
They didn't. Back in like January, March.
No.
Yep. Look it up.
All right. I will.
Look it up. There was something I was going to say about the...
So anyways, so they would have to go into that testing pool. And again, they're both on steroids. And that's fine because they're 50 years old. And they should be on fucking steroids because a lot of people don't know this, but your body stops making fucking testosterone basically after you're 36.
Yeah.
And that leads to a lot. And that's a major hormone.
Average.
Sorry.
Supposedly.
Sorry. Bro.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Global warming. Allegedly.
Yeah. Allegedly.
We're both doctors. Learned doctors.
Gynecologists.
So I think that's purely it. I think that's the only fucking reason they didn't do it. Is because
it makes sense though. But again, it was something I never thought of.
Bro.
Now, this took me by shock a little bit. And it's because I never thought of it. But in their contracts, it mentions like death as a possibility. Never thought of it. Don't know why I never thought of it. But in their contract, again,
it has to be.
Yeah.
You can't sue the guy because he killed him.
Yeah, but it's...
Boxers die in rings. It happens.
Yeah. But again, it was never something that crossed my mind. But Tyson was talking to some news reporter guy. And he's like, once we get in the ring, it is what it is. In our contract, it states death is a possibility.
Yeah.
And we sign off on that. So we know it's a risk. And once we get in the ring, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, because
that's why I'm rooting for Mike, because I know deep...
You want him to kill someone?
No. But I know deep down...
He's going for the death.
Like, that's his mentality. Like, he's back in those shoes again.
Okay, let's pause, because I just found something that I didn't know, and I gotta pee.
Okay, pause.
Let's pause quick, and we'll come back to this. Because I didn't even know this.
Yeah, okay.
This is from 2 days ago.
Okay. All by myself. Yeah. I really hope they can hear you pissing. I'm going to leave it in. Said I really hope I can hear you pissing in the recording. I'm going to leave it in. I should be able to take out the dishwasher. I'll try after. It seems like it's sitting around like the 44 decibel mark.
How noticeable would it be, do you think?
Not very. Like, again, I think I can cut out at like, I've been cutting out at like negative 42 decibels anyways, because we're talking at like 18, 20, maybe 24 at the lowest. But yeah, it should be fine.
Okay, so we're back. I just Googled, I was trying to find when they agreed to the fight to prove you wrong, but I couldn't find it. But I did find something very interesting that I hadn't seen until recently. There's a no knockout rule in effect for this fight. So that completely changes everything that we were just talking about. Let me just look it up.
But how can you say there's no knockout rule? If you get caught on the button, it doesn't have to be very hard to fucking put somebody to sleep if you get them in the right fucking spot.
So what I'm seeing is that no knockouts will not end the fight.
That's silly.
I agree, because a guy gets flatlined and you're going to stand up. You're like, you ready, champ?
Let's go, buddy.
Have at it.
Come on, buddy. You're fine. Get up.
Oh, man, I'm reading the rules now.
It's silly.
Now I'm less excited. Weirdly.
Really?
I should have read this 2 days ago.
Very excited.
So
don't knock my buzz. I'm only kidding. Tell me.
I'm doing it. So the reduced time is referring to use of head guards, extra restrict. If either fighter suffers a cut, the fight will be stopped.
Okay.
And no knockouts are allowed. To further reduce damage, both men fighters are required to wear 12-ounce gloves to soften the blows exchange, which is a hilarious statement.
So they're 12. I thought it was 10 ounce, so they're at 12.
Yeah.
That's slightly better.
There will be no judges to score the fight. But instead, the World Boxing Council will host remotely. So they brought in, although there's officially no judges.
They brought in judges.
Judges.
It's silly. Like, the shit they did and the shit they didn't do, it, again, to me, just doesn't make sense. Just make it a fight.
Okay, so this is the dumbest article I've ever read in my life. So these are quotes from someone.
Are you surprised it was 2020?
No, I'm not. I should know. So this is California State Athletic Commission. So this is a quote. So technically there won't be a winner unless a knockout somehow occurs or either fighter is deemed unfit to continue. So, yeah. Yeah.
It's a regular fight.
It's a regular fight.
It's a regular fight, but they're deeming it as an exhibition.
Fucking clickbait bullshit. Yeah, so
again, At the end of the day, I really don't give a fuck that they're classifying it as an exhibition.
California's saying there's no knockouts in place, but although there is, that's how it's going to end.
People are going to both of them are going to try to fucking knock each other out.
Mm.
I don't care who they are. You 100%. Step in that ring, you're going in there to either knock a motherfucker out. Don't get me wrong. There are definitely fighters who play the game where like I'm going to stay alive. I'm going to keep them awake. You can't do shit.
These two never box like that.
Can't do shit, right? Like I'm just going to keep them away. Throw my jab, keep them away. You know, but both, just definitely Mike Tyson does not fight like this.
Jones doesn't fight like that.
He goes in to kill them.
Yeah, you're going to die
or bite their ear off.
Twice. He bit his ear twice. That's what people forget. Is he bit him the first time and the judge separated him and the guy's fucking bouncing around. Holyfield's like, my ear. And then you watch again and as soon as they come back together, he fucking actually takes the fucking ear out.
Yeah, it's fucked.
I'm proud of him for doing that.
At least he committed.
You gotta fucking...
We called Audrey's cat Tyson because he's missing
Is he a biter? Or he's missing an ear?
Literally, I found him under a car in a parking lot.
This is how she got the cat?
Well, I found it.
Wow.
And I'm like, I'm not keeping the cat because I had Simba at the time who was
like
it a 16. Kitten? Yeah. It's literally just fit in the palm of my hand. Like it was so small.
Oh, wow. That sucks.
And it only had one ear. But I think it was born like that.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it ever...
Or a raccoon started nibbling on it one night.
That too, but it didn't look raw or anything when I found it. That was the thing. Yeah, it just didn't have like the ear thing. Like it had like the cavity and shit, but it just didn't have the top.
That's cool. Does she still have the cat?
Yeah. It's a fucking pain in the ass.
Is he?
Dude,
of course he is.
If it was my cat, the front claws of that thing would have been out ages ago.
Too rough.
Dude, I have to close the door where my computer is now because I have my camera bags in there and it comes in and starts clawing out my bag and picking out the threads. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
cats are shitheads.
Dick.
I like it.
He's a good cat, though. They're both good cats.
What's your verdict on these two whiskeys? Which one do you prefer?
I prefer the bold.
I was just going to say.
I prefer the bold.
I like that one
There's
better.
not a lot of flavor in the 12-year.
I think it's just a purely smooth all the way taste.
Yes.
Doesn't burn going down.
If you like a smooth whiskey and you're just trying to...
If you just want to sip on something without gagging,
yeah,
12 is your number.
It is it's got a bit of a bite to it when it first touches the tongue.
It fades though with alcohol. By the second drink, you're like, fuck it.
Who the fuck cares? But like even then, but it's not like alcohol type thing, you know?
No, it's nice.
Yeah, but the bold is more my style.
Mm-hmm.
Again, more flavor when you're actually drinking it.
It's a little darker.
I like it,
and I think that makes a difference. And I don't know why I think of that. I'm just thinking that.
No, it definitely makes a difference because there's more
rougher.
There's more shit in it. That's why it's darker.
Allegedly.
I thought there would have been more flavor. It's
46% in the 8-year, and 40% in the 12-year. Ooh. There was one. Gibson's had one at one point that was, I think it was a Canadian whiskey. I remember seeing this when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not Gibson's, but it was, the name will come to me. But it was like 62%. Jesus. It was something psychotic like that. And I remember seeing it when I was like 9.
Did you try it?
No, I did not try it. I actually wasn't a big drinker until...
grade 9?
Stupid. No, until grade 10.
Really, eh?
End of grade 9. I smoked a lot of weed in grade 9 at the start.
Yeah.
And I remember exactly where I was the first time I got drunk. I didn't puke. It went pretty well. And I remember saying out loud...
I'm drunk.
Halfway through the first time, I'm like, I don't know why I never did this before. This is awesome. This is fucking great.
Wake up the next morning. Oh god.
But you know me. Hangovers are pretty good for me,
dude.
I don't get roughed up too hard.
You know,
I've had rough mornings for sure. But
I found over the years, it just depends on how the night goes.
It's about going to bed at a decent time.
No, definitely not.
For me it is.
Really?
If I'm up till 3 in the morning.
Really?
Well, no, I'm lying.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm up at 3. I'm fucking fine.
We're up till like fucking 5 in the morning.
I'm lying
some
straight
nights.
to your face.
Yeah. But I find because some nights you start drinking and then you throw in like the odd like sweet, a couple sweet drinks.
Yeah.
Where you've been on the hard liquor and then you crush like 6 beers. And just throwing in the 6 beers. Like nowadays, beers like fucking kill me.
They bloat me. I can't do them anymore.
I hate it. Give me fucking hard liquor or some mixed drinks.
I haven't bought
like
beer
vodka
since
sodas.
probably the summertime. I bought beer
about
a month ago because we had some friends over.
I brought this shit because I'm like, I forgot to ask you if you had beers.
I don't.
As chasers.
Don't. I probably have a few downstairs. I definitely have non-alcoholic.
I brought this shit. That's fine.
Non-alcoholic beer. Because I don't think we've discussed this, but in 4.5 months, I'm going to have a baby.
Yeah, it has. I don't think it's come up. I've been waiting for you to bring it up.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it's not my.
No,
it's not my shit to say. Yeah,
this is weird.
You're having a kid.
Yes.
Well, you're not. Antonio's having.
I'm having a baby. It's me. How dare you say that?
Oh, dude. Yeah, I'm fucking excited.
Yes, we're excited. So yeah, for anyone who doesn't know,
Chris is having a baby.
And I'm excited and terrified at the exact same time. I just don't want to. How
are you right now? Are you more excited like at this time, or
generally my mood is 98% excited all the time.
Yeah,
I get nervous about the 2%. Like I just don't want to be a fuck up. That's it. That's my big thing.
Trust me.
But I think it's a natural thought.
100%.
Yeah. I just don't want to be a fucking shitty parent.
I think you got enough people in your court to make sure that you're not.
Definitely. And I'm not even concerned about shit like that. It's just like, I've just been thinking about how I see other people parent, how I was parented. Like, do you learn from these things, especially like now that you know that you're going to have a kid and stuff like that. Like you kind of watch all the time and there's like do's and don'ts I don't want to do.
Yeah.
Like here's the thing. Like this is a hypocritical thing. Like drinking and shit and smoking weed and stuff. Like it's going to be a fine balance to walk because for sure they're going to drink because they're teenagers and that's what they do and they're going to do drugs. But I think the more information they have, the less likely they will to do it.
100%.
Because I would like my parents never spoke to me about shit.
Yeah.
This is not this is not me railing on them. It's just like I was never spoken to about shit, so I was always figuring shit out on the go. Whereas I wish I just kind of had a little bit of heads up, so maybe I'm going to apply that. Like, listen, if you want, like, and also there's going to be like rules.
You're not an only child, but you grew up kind of an only child at the same time.
Kind of, yeah. Like, I have 2 stepbrothers, but they obviously lived at their mom's, and my sister's a decade older than me. So when I remember her being around, she was off to university.
Yeah. So when you were at the age of when that shit was coming in, nobody was there.
Which it didn't change too much. It's just
but at least they could like I learned a lot of shit from my brother. Learned a lot of bad shit from my brother.
But you also learn where to not you learn.
Yeah, you learn the fucking boundaries and shit, right?
Yeah. So, and we're definitely not having one kid. We're probably going to go like 8 to 10, 12.
Yeah, Chris keeps saying he's going to have like fucking 12 kids.
Ask me in 4.5 months how many kids I'm going to have.
Antonia is like, Chris, let's just get through this one. And then we'll, I think you both want at least 2.
We want...
Like 2 is minimum for both of you.
2 is minimum. We don't want any odd numbers.
And Antonia's maxed at 2 as well.
No.
Like that's her minimum plus maximum. Chris is like, I'm having a fucking farm. I need 12 children.
You gotta have someone to work for you.
Exactly.
What's the point of having kids? Who's gonna clean? I spent today cleaning the bathrooms.
Yeah, fuck that. I hate that. Like, I'll do it. It's whatever.
Your bathrooms need to get cleaned.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let my pregnant wife clean the bathrooms with chemicals and shit.
Some might.
She should.
She did make us some food for tonight, which I'm so thankful. Antonia, if you're listening,
my blushing bride, my mother of my child, will.
She looks good though right now.
Yeah, she looks great.
Yeah,
I tell her that all the time. This is not a fucking suck up fest. I think she looks great.
Yeah,
she's just got a little tummy.
She should.
Big. Yeah.
There's a
seems about right.
Human being growing in there.
You're 18 weeks pregnant.
Yeah. If there wasn't, I'd be a little concerned.
Yeah. Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
It's a pretty crazy thing. I don't want to be...
Pour yourself another fucking drink.
Fine. Stop yelling at me.
I was going to say, you're grabbing the 12-year?
Yeah, I grabbed
Holy shit. I thought
we just had this conversation.
Yeah, I was like, I thought you fucking not hated, but like the 8-year better. I'm trying to get my way through this 12-year. I should have just poured should have let you try the 12-year first.
You don't like it at all? It's kind of nothing.
You know what? After having the 8-year, I would never buy the 12-year again.
I think I'm with you.
I would always buy the bold.
Yeah.
Okay. Cheers to you having a fucking kid.
Thank you.
I'm super excited.
Same.
Which I think you already knew, but
well, yeah,
I'm fucking pumped.
You
it's
and
gonna be exciting.
A bunch of friends and family all knew. And
you ever need a babysitter? Call Audrey.
Yeah, call someone else. Go fuck away. Until you guys have kids.
I'm on the same page. No, dude, always call us.
Yeah, I know.
100%. I'm on the same page as you though. Like, feed them as much information as possible.
I just think I would have benefited more.
They're gonna look at us. They're gonna do whatever they're gonna do.
Because that's what human beings do.
I was told, don't drink. Dude, I was fucking drinking in grade 8.
If you look back to...
Dude, I was drinking in grade 6 at my uncle's fucking party because my brother and my cousin, we were pouring wine.
Well, you're a DJ.
This is how fucking dumb we were. We were at I think it was an 80th or 70th birthday, but it was pretty much like a family reunion.
Yeah.
Out in the Sioux. That's where like my mom's side of the family is.
Holy fuck.
We're like part of my mom's family.
That's north.
And they're all Italians. So there's like 30,
homemade wine everywhere.
30
probably.
bottles of wine on every table.
Yeah.
And my brother, I think my cousin, I was in grade 6. Yeah, so my cousin would have been in grade 9. And my brother was in grade 8. My brother had started getting into the booze. My brother hung out with a lot of fucking degenerates. Still does.
But you got to think, once someone hits around
it's
around 14, it's going to happen at some point. It doesn't matter who they're hanging out with. They're probably going to try drinking at some point.
And like all the families, like, have a glass of wine, try this, do this. Do you guys want a shot of Zambuca? And so we were pouring wine in a Coca-Cola.
Oh my God.
That's how fucking dumb we were.
I remember trying my parents' beer. Like when I was a kid.
I remember trying beer all the time.
Because like, you know, like, you'd be like, hey, can I have a sip?
Piss.
Oh, it was horrible.
That's what my uncle said.
It would hurt so bad. Yeah. It's like you take a cig, like, it was rough.
My uncle goes, you want to try something? I go, yeah, what's it taste like? He goes, squirrel piss? I go, sure. Like, what?
Yeah, you dive in.
Yeah,
try that.
Oh, yeah, I want to try squirrel piss. And then you try it and he goes, what did it taste like? You're like, squirrel piss.
Yeah.
The fuck does squirrel piss taste like?
Tastes like beer.
Yeah.
I remember we got stopped by the cops one night and we were drinking McClay's beer, which I haven't drank probably since this night. And it's like an old school, like garbage run-of-the-mill beer. And it was, the cops stopped us and they saw that we had the beers and we had the bottle caps and shit like that. And the cop made the things like, oh, McClay's, like someone's been fucking robbing their daddy's fridge. We were probably 15 years old.
Yeah.
But this is what I want to do. Like, I don't, and obviously shit goes out the fucking window.
Yeah.
Number one, I don't want to be a fucking degen parent, but I want to, like, obviously it's hilarious because I'm on a podcast. I have a tendency to talk too much. I'm not sure if you were able to tell.
No,
but,
never.
Yeah. So
I had no idea.
I'm a big communicator. Yeah. He rolls his eyes as he said that. So I'm big into communication. So, and I feel like I could have benefited a lot more from communication. You might have felt the same, or maybe other people listening might have. But if someone had just said, like, listen, for sure you're going to do this.
Yeah.
This is our stance on it. This is where we feel about it. This is, if you're ever in trouble, don't hesitate to call us. You won't get in trouble. Like, those things I think would have curbed some of the things that I did do.
Right.
And it's a fucked up situation because I don't want, like, as I'm saying this, like, I'm going to be the biggest hypocrite as a parent for sure. Because I don't want them to do any of the shit that I did. But they're going to do that stuff.
Yeah.
But the way that I can help them go through that is to give them as much information as possible in my mind.
Right.
So that's how I can combat that, because I'm not going to stop them from drinking, doing drugs, having sex. But how I can help them through those things is give them, like, this is what, like, here's how much you should drink. Also, if you're ever in trouble, you call me. I'm not going to be mad at you.
100%, yeah. If it's fucking 4 o'clock in the morning and I have to get up at 5, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You call me.
Exactly.
And I'll come get you.
Yeah, and like I've spoken with Antonio, like we have certain things we have planned. Yeah, and that's a big difference. Like that's 100%. Like because that's a difference.
I don't care what happened. I don't care what happened. We'll deal with it.
Yeah, like that's the difference between being too scared to go home and something bad, really bad happening to you, as opposed to, you know what, fuck it, I'm calling, get the fuck out of here.
Get in a bit of trouble.
Exactly. You know
Shouldn't
what?
have been doing that.
You can live with that stuff, but like if you're too drunk and you pass out somewhere, like I don't ever want that to ever happen.
Yeah. Dude, there was scary
and luckily,
stories
luckily my parents weren't bad. Like they were always pretty cool with me drinking, which I think was a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be cool about drinking, but I also just want to be very clear about this is where it goes. This is the road that it leads down.
Right.
But you gotta know that there's an ace in your sleeve.
Yeah.
And that's us. We're gonna come and help you no matter what.
Yeah.
The same thing applies to drugs, and the same thing applies to sex. Because I was talked to about nothing. And again, it's not a knock on my parents. It was different. They're from a different generation.
Yeah.
They didn't talk about
I don't think I was talked about nothing. So the one thing I think that changed me, like that kind of helped make decisions that I did. Like I've never smoked a cigarette ever.
Yeah.
Haven't even tried one. And I think the big thing was that my grandparents and my aunts.
Did your parents smoke?
No. My dad smoked cigarillos, but
Doesn't really count.
I don't remember him ever smoking when I was younger. He stopped smoking because both me and my brother were asthmatic.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw both my grandparents have major strokes, my grandma having them first. And I was young enough that cigarettes weren't even a thing at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But just seeing her go through that and that being a thing, I think that influenced me not to ever have one. And again, it never really appealed to me. I'm like, it's not going to get me fucked up.
Yeah.
You get a little head rush, whatever. Like I smoked cigars for a little bit. I still do. I smoke the occasional cigar, but other than that,
so do I.
I'm not having, like, again, I look at these guys having like packs a day, like you back in the day. I didn't really give a fuck. That's your choice. You're going to fucking do it.
Yeah.
Not going to change anything. Like when you guys were starting to stop, yeah, 100%. If you're going to, I'm going to have one. Buddy, think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really want to have one? It's like, yeah, well, you're your own man.
Yeah.
You're going to do it.
You're a dumb idiot. But
yeah, I'm going to tell you, like,
that's
try to
fucking
stay away from it. But at the same time, like, you're going to do what you're going to do. And so are kids. I was never really harped on.
I knew the brand my dad smoked when I was 5 years old.
Jesus.
I could have walked in the store and ordered it for him.
Were both your parents smokers?
No, just my dad.
Just your dad?
But he smoked everywhere. And again, I'm not knocking it. Just but at that
time,
here's the funny thing about
smoke everywhere.
You know my dad. You've never known him to smoke though.
No, I always knew him after.
My dad smoked probably a pack and a half a day.
When did your dad stop smoking?
When I started.
So in high school, So
probably
literally when I started meeting your dad. I didn't meet your dad till like grade 11.
My dad quit because my uncle got lung cancer. And like
for him.
Terminal lung cancer. And it was his brother-in-law.
Yeah.
And
that's a fucking wake-up call.
It was a wake-up call for him.
100%.
And he did the right thing. He quit and he's been off him ever since.
Love your dad, by the way.
Yes.
I love all like
Love your parents too.
Your mom fucking.
You tell the whiskey's out now.
Brad,
like, I love you, man.
Yeah. No, but I do. Like,
yeah.
You're like Brad and your mom for a long time were like it was like a second home.
Mm-hmm. And same for yours.
I would literally just like walk into your house every day, and I didn't care if you were home yet, and I'd hang out with Brad. We watched some dumb TV show,
probably Jerry Springer.
I can't even remember what he had on the TV.
Jerry Springer used to be on at like 3:30 every day. Until we were probably like 16 years old.
Oh my! I remember watching Jerry.
That was a big
Jerry.
The show was pure chaos.
I've seen so many memes about like the camera guys for Maury and Jerry, how they have to like sprint through the entire building following these people just to like
storming out of the building,
stop in a corner and just like sulk.
Get yourself another drink.
I'm gonna rinse it out.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Don't push me. Okay?
You know what?
I'm trying to see the fights tonight.
Here I am. Well, after this, I'm gonna cool out for an hour and a bit. I think. Pretty drunk.
Probably. I don't want to cool too much though, because then I have a tendency to have a hard time getting back going. You got to keep the train moving. Mm-hmm. It takes a while to get it.
Stay in rotation.
Yeah, it takes a while to get it going.
Chug it.
But I think alcohol, I think I do what my parents did. Like, again, we're going to fucking do it. but I'd rather you just know, like, my parents, or at least my mom, she was always like, if you're gonna drink at the house, whatever. You're gonna go out and drink anyways.
Mm-hmm.
If you drink here, at least I can watch you guys.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna have friends over, their parents better well damn know that they're drinking too.
Yeah, like this isn't
or they're not fucking coming.
Yeah. Because I'm not making that phone call and they're shocked to see.
Yeah. Oh, you let them drink in your house? Like
okay.
All that shit.
We're not going through that.
So that'll be one thing I take away. But drugs was like always something that was like, don't do drugs. And we never got informed. Now, my mom never smoked pot. Like,
none of my parents smoked pot.
I gave her a bit of a brownie, and this was like this past like year.
You dosed your mom?
She wanted it. Like, she's like, I'll try some. I gave her too little. But just in the off chance, I didn't want to give her too much, and she fucking trips way the fuck out. And it's inedible, so it's like
it's you're walking a tight line with that.
Yeah, so I'm like, I had half and I tripped the fuck out. I'm like, I'll give you a quarter and see what happens. And I'm like, I'll do it with you, like a minute together, like you are with everybody else, And it's like
big dummy.
It's like, here, try it, and I'm probably just gonna chill in my room and watch a movie or something.
Yeah, play some video games.
And I'm like, she comes in and she's like, she probably didn't like feel anything like funny, but she comes in and she just looks at me and starts laughing. I go, what? She's like, I don't really feel anything. I go, yeah, but you're fucking laughing your ass off, though. So it's like, it probably just like mellowed her out a little bit.
The first time I did mushrooms, I couldn't stop laughing. As I was saying, I don't even feel these things. I remember looking at my hand and just like kind of waving it. And like when you look at your hand now and you wave it, it lags.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
So it looked the exact same. Yeah. But I was just laughing my ass off.
Yeah.
Funniest laugh I ever had in my life.
Oh, man.
The way I used to describe mushrooms was like to people that are like, hey, you ever try them? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, my experience is it's marijuana times 1,000. So like if you
that's like a lot.
Well, it could be.
Yeah.
But also it could be good and it could be bad. So it's like if you
But times 1,000, that's a big multiplier.
Yeah, well, I was also 18 years old when I would explain this to people. And I guess I'm explaining it again. So what I would say is, the times like when you're laughing, you can't stop laughing and you're high. Mm-hmm. It's like that times like 100. Yeah. It'd be like you're laughing your ass off. But then when you
do that when I'm drunk though, I can't stop laughing.
But
especially with you.
When you fucking trip out, it's like times 100. Yeah. That it's just magnifical. It's like tenfold the fucking thing. But yeah.
Do you actually fucking see colors and shit?
I do, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think I have no idea. I've never done.
Yeah.
I was just asking.
Yeah, it's weird.
Again, trying to get some more information here.
Here we go, all right.
Educate us.
All right, so let's go back to the drugs thing for me as a parent. Based on the knowledge that I know, I'm going to strongly discourage my kids from ever using any sort of drug until they're probably like in their 20s.
Yeah, but you're not just going to tell your kids, don't do drugs.
No.
You're going to educate them and be like...
And I'll be like that. And
listen,
here's the reality.
These are the facts.
Here's people that I knew growing up that had really hard times using drugs. Here's people that were never the same after they used drugs. Yeah. Like these things are real possibilities. And you don't want to scare tactic people, and you also don't want to tell them, because again, I know what I was like. Like I'm anti-authority for anything. You say it's black, I'm saying it's white. You say it's white, I'm saying it's black. Yeah. That's just how I operate. And if people were telling me like, don't do this, I'm like, oh, that's probably the first thing I should do.
I also think you're like that though, because you see both sides. You argue both sides to not just to argue. Sometimes I think you're just doing it to argue.
Sometimes I do love arguing. Yeah.
But at the same time, that other side has there's good facts and points to it. It's not just black and white.
No.
There's concepts. Like again, I was a few years ago, if I was having a kid, I'd be fucking terrified, because a few years ago, like CBD and like marijuana in general was so like frowned upon. Mm-hmm. But now you got these kids that are like 2 that are having seizures 3 times a week, But if you give them a drop of CBD oil in the fucking morning.
But pure CBD, no THC.
Yeah. You're not getting your kid fucking stoned, but.
Which you literally can't get from the government, by the way. You cannot get pure CBD from the government.
But again, if you get, like, another podcaster I listened to, his kid, literally, he talks about it being like the scariest time of his life because his 4-year-old is in the hospital and they don't know what the fuck to do with him. He's had seizures like 4 days out of the entire week.
Jesus.
They're like, what the fuck? And then they get this CBD oil and the kid hasn't had a fucking seizure since.
There's real benefits to that.
Yeah.
But there's also real downfalls
like,
to
shit
THC.
Like, yeah, but shit like that, it's like there's good things that are coming out of this.
And the reason that there's good things coming out of it is because most people are loosening their stance on it and they're getting rid of the prohibitions on it. So now you're able to study it.
Yeah.
For the last 50 years, we haven't had any studying of any sort of drugs at all. And it's starting to come back a little bit.
But it's like you said.
Again, I'm just going to go back to my thing is there's a lot of evidence that says you probably shouldn't smoke weed until you're minimum 21 years old.
Right.
And I'm probably for that.
Can't check that box off.
No, neither can I. Neither can I. But the best way that I can explain that to my kid is like, listen, I know that you're going to try things, you're going to do whatever, but this is what you need to understand as a real possibility if you start using drugs at this young age. Your brain's not fucking developed. I was never told any of this shit. Fucking away you go. But I wasn't raised in a household where fucking don't ever do drugs. Like it was just never spoken
I was always,
about.
Well, that too. I'm not saying that either, but at the same time, it was just.
And I actually
there was no education really on it. It was just.
And that's why we spoke about this a couple podcasts ago. Like the reason I'm in favor of decriminalizing all drugs is because it doesn't stop the drug use. But what we can do is we can educate people properly on how to use the drugs.
I was just going to bring that up. I was going to say a couple podcasts ago, you talked about that.
Yeah, and there's Switzerland and there's Portugal that are the two main examples of countries that did do this.
Right.
And they saw their addiction rates. They both had major heroin and opiate epidemics. Similar to what we're having here in North America. They both got rid of them. Well, like 15, 20 years ago.
Look at the cocaine trade. Look at how many movies are being made about the Mexican cartel and
selling cocaine. Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's
they're glamorizing like it's like fun movies. It's like shoot 'em up.
I just watched a movie the other day.
Which one?
I can't remember the name.
No. Was it decent? They're all the same, really.
Yeah, it was good.
We're gonna sell this drug.
Good. It was good.
Cool.
I love cartel and mafia movies.
They're fun movies.
I've had a huge hard-on since I was little to always be in the mafia. The Italian mafia.
You've told me this before.
Literal hard-on.
Yeah.
I would do it. Like, still to this day, would do it. As bad as that is, I would still do it.
And the reason you won't be recruited is because you have a podcast. And you're like, so today in the mafia.
yeah. Yo, guys, I had to do this run. Oh, that was the movie. I talked about it last week. With
The Mule.
Clint.
The Mule.
The Mule.
Yeah.
That's what it was. For those of you listening, you may hear Wilson now. He's waking up from his nap.
It's a cat.
And he's deaf, and I'm pretty sure he can't hear himself.
He's been pretty good. How long have we been going? An hour plus?
Hour 20.
Yeah. He's been...
yeah, buddy. Come on. Come say hi. Come say hi.
Again, another tip-top production value we have on this podcast.
Hey.
It is what it is.
Start paying us the bucks and we'll step up our production.
No one's going to pay us dollars. Would you pay you dollars?
Hey, no. If you do want to sponsor the podcast, please reach out. mail.twoseasonapod@gmail.com and you can sponsor the podcast.
A shameless plug.
Hey, gotta throw it out there. It's a possibility.
Yeah.
We're reaching a lot of people right now.
We're reaching people. I wouldn't say a lot, but we're definitely we're talking
more than I would have ever thought.
More than I thought too.
Well, there you go. It's a lot of people.
It's like we're reaching like 3-4 people.
Okay, it's definitely more than that. But yeah. No. Dude. Yeah, I'm so glad we started this.
I am too. I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah.
We were discussing beforehand, like if any of us have to go into like isolation of any sort.
It's not going to stop.
No, we'll just figure out a way to keep it going because
I've already got I got a plan B.
Yeah, and we
it's called the pill. It's called Go to Shoppers Drug
Called
Mart, Chris.
Viagra.
Chris didn't do that, apparently, because he's having a kid in 4 months.
Yeah, which was planned. It's not like...
It's not allegedly.
No, it was for sure planned. We've been trying to have
I'm
a
only
baby.
joking.
I know
I'm
you
only
are.
joking.
I know. There was a...
Chris, if you needed the funds for it, I could have given it to you.
Yeah, condoms they give out free at the church. I heard.
Ever been?
There's no way a church is handing out free condoms.
At least to you. These guys at lost cause, get them out of here.
I was watching this. I was at my in-laws last night. I was watching this. I don't know if you ever heard about it. A YouTube series called All Gas No Brakes.
No.
You ever heard of this shit?
No.
Dude, there's a lot.
It's absurd how many like YouTubers are out there that are making like or getting millions and millions of views.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Like there's so many. And I watch YouTube a lot and I know a lot of YouTubers, and it's crazy to see these people that again are probably some of the biggest YouTubers ever being like, dude, I had no idea like these people were even a thing. Mm-hmm. And they're getting, if not the same, more views than them.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
It's nice that there's a medium that big for people to go on to.
Yeah.
Chris
has his
I'm
child
holding the cat.
Right now.
Yeah. I'm holding the cat because it shut him up. He was just walking around meowing.
It's okay. He can talk on the podcast.
So all gas, no brakes is this, I guess he's a comedian or somebody. He doesn't, he's got no agenda. He just goes and talks to people.
Yeah. And
literally just like stands there and gives people so much rope that they just end up hanging themselves. So my brother-in-law showed me this, Lucas, who was on the podcast.
Yeah. He
showed me this last night. We were probably watched 4 or 5 of them. They're anywhere from like 8 to 10 minutes each. Really good. His most recent one, he went Sasquatch hunting in Minnesota. It's outrageous. Like it's just, and again, he's not like, hey, are you guys, like, he's just like, so what are we doing? And then he just lets them do their thing. The episode opens with a guy holding a vial of, which looks like plasma, looks like bone marrow.
Okay.
And he's like, this is Bigfoot period blood. It's pheromones. It's like a scent thing. It's like it's gonna bring them out.
My Jesus.
So this is the type of people that you're talking. This is the type of people you're dealing with.
Hang on. How does that guy come across this stuff? Like,
I don't know. I just discovered this last night. I'm gonna do a deep dive, but it's fantastic. I'll show you a little bit after.
Before you continue,
All Gas No Brakes on YouTube. Anyone listening, go and watch the Sasquatch one, and then you'll just go down a rabbit hole because it's very, very funny.
Have you ever heard of Nelk Boys?
No.
Again, another group of YouTubers. They started out doing pranks, still do pranks. They've done ones where it's like drinking non-alcoholic beers in their car. So they put it in like they're drinking beers cops. And they look And the cop that they got in the one video I watched was hilarious. The dude's like, guys, don't pull away. Like he was so nice.
Yeah, like be smart about this.
Yeah, he's like, please don't. Like,
because then I got to
want to do the paperwork.
Then I got to do dumb shit. Like, just please
don't. And then they're like, it's non-alcoholic. And the guy's like, oh my God, you guys had me going. But they do this one where it's like they go to do find Sasquatch or Bigfoot, whatever.
They're the same thing.
Yeah. And they go to this.
And the thing that they are is non-existent.
They have one of their friends dress up in a fucking Sasquatch costume.
Oh, fuck.
Dude. And they're like, just periodic, like very rarely make an appearance. And so they're like trekking through the woods. It's probably an hour or two. And they're like doing all these things. They tell this expert or whatever that they have another expert who's deaf and and can speak to and like call Sasquatch and like can sense Sasquatch and shit like this.
For fuck's
sake. He's on the roof just like just screaming. Jesus. Dude, it's hilarious.
There was a dude in this episode
they get this guy to take his shirt off and like stand chest to chest with like one of the guys shirtless, and this old dude is shirtless. Like, and they're like, man, so Rafiki's getting these senses.
Is Rafiki a real name?
I think that's what they
the
call
name
him.
they used. Yeah.
Rafiki's getting these senses that Sasquatch. He likes anal sex.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
So and then the guy goes running off, and one of the scenes comes back, and he's like holding his butt. He's like, he wants you. And then old guy's like, no, I will not. I'll go meet him, but I will not partake.
No. Man,
dude, it is.
I think it would hurt having a regular dick up your ass.
Dude,
imagine having a Sasquatch dick up your ass.
It is so funny though. This guy's legit, and then they get the guy to walk like in the distance in the woods.
So like you see a shadowy figure go by.
Pretty much, you see like, and they're like, "Holy fuck! What did you just see? Like all this shit." I just saw like dude is like lasered in. He's like, I just saw a long-haired figure walk across the forest. This man is so into it. Oh, dude, it is so funny. I'll show you after. It's so funny, but then it like goes too far, and the guy runs across like in the costume, and the guy's like, gets real mad.
Yeah,
and then they just haul ass out to it.
I'm with.
It's so
I get
it's so funny. Dude.
They don't need to make this guy an asshole though. Like, because they're like taking the piss out of him pretty hard.
Yeah,
right?
But when you see it, it's absolutely hilarious.
So in this fucking Sasquatch show, they got they had one guy, and he did like the guttural talkings, and literally the only words you hear this guy make are because that's him communicating with Sasquatch in Minnesota.
Okay.
They go into like the town bar. The town's like apparently notorious for Sasquatch, and he goes around talking to kids and like, no, haven't seen it. Fucking, they go to the bar. Sasquatch real? No, absolutely not. No fucking way. And then there's like one dude who's jacked, like Arnold Schwarzenegger jacked.
Yeah.
And he goes out into the thing wearing a fucking tank top that says like Minnesota Sasquatch community or whatever the fuck on it. And they just walk around all night fucking with microphones, yelling in the woods, banging on trees, doing. So there's 5 people out there. There's the 3 researchers.
Yeah.
There's the dude, the host of the show, and then there's the cameraman.
Yeah.
So they get back to the parking lot. They're all like shooting the shit. Like, so what did you think about tonight's thing? He's like, it was pretty good. And then the one dude who's probably like 20 years old, and the older guy, they're like, oh yeah, we saw one. They're like, when? Like, we were with you. Like, they never separated. Like, oh, you guys were looking that way, and then we just looked behind us, and there was a Sasquatch in there. So, and like, the guy's like. Wait, you saw a Sasquatch and you didn't like be like, hey guys, like
Sasquatch is here.
Turn around, look, there's a Sasquatch. He's like, yeah, we just saw him. He's like, oh fuck, you guys are out of your fucking minds.
Yeah,
totally, and I like it.
I like it.
I do. I think they should be allowed to be out of their minds without being chastised.
Definitely do your fucking thing.
Yeah,
but I definitely want to show you this video because it's so funny. These Nelk boys. They went to a UFC. They're like friends with Dana White now. Mm-hmm. Dana White gave him like fucking 10 grand or something to go blow up in Vegas.
Good for him.
Like
just have at it. Yeah. Here's cash.
Yeah, go gamble.
Cash is king.
Yeah. Might have been more money than 10 grand. Might have been 100, but
who knows?
It's either 10 or 100 grand.
It was money.
It was a absurd amount of money to go spend on gambling.
So I figure we'll end this on, because last week you brought up that Mulan had a big kill count.
For Disney biggest kill count.
Yeah, and I mentioned I would look up some kill counts.
Yeah.
So I found a Disney kill count.
Disney. This is Disney?
This is a Disney one.
Okay,
we can go through it. So Disney movies aren't often ranked by their kill counts, but in this one we are.
Hey, time out.
Yep.
Is Kung Fu Panda Disney?
I'm not sure.
Or Pixar?
Pixar is Disney, I think.
Is it? I don't know.
They didn't make the list either way.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
So the 10 most controversial animated movies ranked. In fact, lots of Disney characters have met their ends on the big screen, from minor ones to background and main ones. Research has even been done ranking the brand's deadliest films. Which is, like, who's got the fucking time
cartoons.
For this? Yeah, who's got the fucking time for this?
Deadliest animated films.
Find that information along with the number of casualties seen in these animated flicks down below. So this is the casualties inflicted within a movie. Number 13, Hunchback of Notre Dame, 47 casualties.
Oh, no.
47. Bambi, 81.
What?
So this is what
I don't remember.
I remember them
dying in Bambi, but
one shot.
Haven't watched Bambi since I was probably 4.
This movie's from 1942. Besides Bambi's mother being shot by Hunter, though, there were 80 other deaths that happened during a forest fire. So there you go.
Oh, okay. Well,
so that's how they're getting to it.
Yeah, okay.
Number 11, Pinocchio, 83 deaths.
I didn't think there was...
So remember all the fucking boys got turned into donkeys and shit like that?
No.
No? Okay.
They counted that as deaths? Turning into a donkey is death.
But there was also a big whale that ate and fucking slashed up boats and shit like that. They were all in a boat.
Don't remember.
No? Okay.
No, sorry.
Brother Bear, I've never seen this movie. 83 deaths.
Loved that movie.
83 deaths in Brother Bear from 2003.
Don't remember anything dying.
So an Inuit boy named Kenai pursues a bear in revenge for a fight that he provoked in which his older brother Sika is killed. He tracks down the bear and kills it. But the spirits, incensed by the unnecessary death, change Kenai into a bear himself as punishment.
Yes.
Discovers the true meaning of brotherhood.
Really. It's a good movie.
81 fish were eaten by the bears. Sika sacrificed himself to save the brother, so that's 82. And then Kenai bring the total up to 83.
Well, you're stretching the imagination here.
Yeah, so they're getting really literal.
Whoever did this list, come on.
Melody Time, never heard of this one. 108 casualties. Melody Time.
Melody Time. Okay. Never heard of it.
We'll just skip right over that one. Moana, which I love.
Moana, great movie.
One of the best, my favorite songs ever is Shiny from Moana, where the crab's singing at them.
I don't remember the songs, but it was a fantastic
great movie. So there's 265 deaths in that apparently, which I don't remember either.
Yeah, no,
but also the big crab eats a bunch of fish.
I was going to say it's probably fish.
Moana's grandma passed away, and the Kimura, who were pirates, led to 260 more. So there's pirates that killed. Have you heard of a movie called Home on the Range? It's number 7. It's
sounds familiar, but
I've never seen it. 304 deaths.
Jesus.
Set in the Old West, focus on animals trying to save their farm from foreclosure, while 5,000 cattle were saved. According to the research, 304 of them were sold off to the black market where they became meat. Like, according to the research, is a real thing they put in this. Who's doing this research? When I crunch the numbers, who the fuck's doing this?
Like, what? According to the research, it's a fictional
animated film.
Yeah. What research did you do? Did you contact the writers?
They noticed that 304 of them were sold to the black market.
Okay.
Where they became meat.
Sure.
But I think that's a generalization. Maybe they became great pets.
Yeah, who knows? But they definitely became great meat.
Number 6, Treasure Planet. Never heard of this.
Heard of it. There's just so many
1,033 deaths.
Wow, that's a lot.
For 2002. The details on the kill count. A hotel explosion led to 9 deaths. Battles throughout the story led to 24 aliens and pirates dying, while Captain Flint escorted the Accurian treasure ship. 1,000 deaths took place. So we blew up a ship. Okay,
so I'd like to point out how the date, like the year date, keeps going back in time because less shit, like what you could get away with more shit.
No, it's reversed. It's actually it's the closer we get to our time.
Really? There's more deaths?
More deaths.
No way.
The last 3 movies have all been in the 2000s.
Throw on my sweater.
3 of the last 4 have been in the 2000s.
I was going to say, fucking Mulan has been out for a while.
So Mulan's number 5. Comes in at number 5 right now. 1,468 deaths.
I thought you had more. I know. I thought it was more than that.
But this is based on one article that I got. Yours is accurate too.
False.
For sure.
Fake news, Chris's article.
This one I was not expecting to see. Number 4, The Lion King. 1,660.
No. But they were...
But you got to assume from the hyenas picking all the fucking the land clean.
Yeah.
Mufasa got trampled by the wildebeest while singing "Be Prepared." While ruling, he got estimated additional 1,655 more animals. And then in the end, he got what was coming. The hyenas turned against him. Number 3, Hercules.
This sounds like a very speculated article.
Oh, I don't think this is crack research. I think they're guessing a lot.
Well, yeah, they're like...
Because you don't see any of these deaths.
But that's what I mean.
I inferred by the amount of wildebeest running over the hill that there was 1,655 that would have died.
Yeah.
Like, you're making this shit up. For sure.
No.
It's fun for us to talk about.
Mulan actually murdered people.
Yeah. And she was a woman.
And then caused an avalanche. And then murdered more.
Hercules, 2010. 20,010. 20,000 people died in the movie Hercules.
Wow.
Do you remember?
I thought you were trying to say 2010 there.
I was, because I'm a dumb fucking idiot.
2010.
So again, they keep. This is the buzzword of this article that I'm going to say. According to the research and math.
I want to know the research.
This is the first one with math. Yeah, they don't show their work, by the way.
Yeah.
I remember this from school. If you don't show your work, you don't get the full mark.
Yeah. Or you get 0.
Or you get 0. It should apply for an article about deaths in Disney
I need
films.
this job.
I need to see how you came up to this math.
No, I need this
You might be right.
I can definitely speculate how many
make numbers up. 20,010.
Yeah. And this is why I think. Yeah. Like, what?
According to research and math, it's estimated that there were... they don't even give out. That's all they give. They're like, estimated there were 20,010 deaths in this story. Atlantis...
According to research and math. What math did you
research.
Was Cambridge Analytica part of this?
No, because there would have been real math involved. Whether you liked it or not.
Oh my God, this is absurd.
Number 2, Atlantis, The Lost Empire, 35,185 deaths. Again, I saw this movie recently.
Yeah.
I think there was a battle at the start, so there was some, but I don't remember seeing 30,000 fucking odd people there.
No, but you gotta also, okay, so this is what I'm gonna say. When they say, we got 50,000 troops and we're taking them to battle, and these guys got 20,000.
And then they defeat them.
They have a huge fucking battle. You got to speculate.
They're all dead.
How many? Well, there's 20,000 that are dead if they win.
Mm-hmm.
But then you also got to take into account how many of your troops died. Right?
Yeah. So
I never really, but at the same time.
So this one does make sense. Because this one's about Atlantis. Okay. So 171 lives were lost at the beginning in the final battle. 14 lost their lives. At the beginning of the film, when Atlantis sank, I forgot about Atlantis disappearing. 35,000 was the population of Atlantis. So yeah, of course they all died. Yeah. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
The number 1. What do you think the number 1 Disney movie is with deaths?
Okay, is it a movie that I would actually know, though?
I think so. The movie is from 2000. And I remember this movie.
Okay.
And there's a ride for it at Disney World. In the animal part of Disney World.
Okay. Huh. Animal.
And by the way, it blows the number 2 spot out by 10 times.
I'm trying to think of animal Disney movies.
They're all animal Disney movies. You give up?
Yeah.
Right, pick a number then. Pick a number.
What was the last number?
35,000.
I'm going 100,000.
Okay. Number 1, Dinosaur. 307,148 deaths.
Because the volcano exploded.
No, that movie was the one where the fucking asteroid came and killed all the dinosaurs.
Oh, that's what it was, yeah.
Yeah. 5 dinosaurs lost their lives. After the meteor hit, a tsunami came, took out all the lemurs, except for one family. Conveniently, Madagascar is the only island with native lemur population. A population of 307,143 made the kill count for the movie Dinosaur.
I don't remember Dinosaur.
And there's your weekly top 10.
You remember Dinosaur?
I do, distinctly.
Did you ever watch a movie called Land Before Time?
Yes.
Loved those movies.
I only saw the one and I was like 6 and I never watched another one after.
Oh, I loved them.
Cried way too hard.
Yeah.
It was a rough one.
Them all.
It's like Fox and the Hound. That's another fucking tearjerker.
What's your favorite Disney movie? If you had to choose one.
On the spot?
Yeah.
Aladdin.
Wow, that's a good flick.
Yeah.
Wow. Now I'm gonna have to go Lion King. Okay. I have to.
Also, there's no bad answer.
No. I have
Unless
to.
Unless you say like Wall-E.
No, fuck Wall-E. Stupid robot. No, I have to go Lion King because the original was just so good, but so was like Lion King 2, Lion King 3.
And then there was a 2.5.
1.5.
1.5. That was it.
And it was Timon and Pumbaa.
From their perspective.
And it was fantastic.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Really good movie.
Loved those movies. And then I really did enjoy the live action. Is that what they call it?
Yep.
I did like the live action. The cartoon was way better.
For sure. Nostalgia.
They did a really good job with the live action.
The live action one bugged me because they ruined the Can You Feel the Love Tonight one.
Yeah.
Because I'm, again, wearing an Elton John t-shirt, so I'm a bit of a fan.
At the same time, though, they did a really good job on it.
They nailed it. They basically nailed it.
But yeah, I would have to go Lion King. 100%.
Yeah. Just quickly, Aladdin for me. That's it.
You know what? I haven't watched Aladdin in a long time. I might have to
dive back in.
Yeah, fucking sign up for the 1 month free subscription to Disney Plus.
Don't do that.
And watch Aladdin.
Don't do that.
Well, the only way I'm watching Aladdin is if I have a VHS player. Or I have it on VHS.
You could not download it illegally.
Well, you would have to help me with that. So
okay, fair.
Yeah, fair enough.
Should we pack it in?
I think we should. Again, I'm super pumped for the fight tonight.
Same.
I hope you all out there are watching the fights because this could be the very last time you ever see Mike Tyson fight.
Also, for anyone
have the opportunity.
Who hasn't been so much into the fights as we have, again, thanks for listening. Thanks for sticking by.
We love you.
mail.2seasonapod@gmail.com.
Instagram at it's CJ Shade, ITSCJSCHADE. Hit us up with any feedback, comments, shit you want us to talk about, whatever it is. Let us know. And on that note, be kind, be safe. We're out.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.